Hello everyone and welcome back to Pixelpia Creative AI. Today we're diving into something that can make a real difference in your AI art journey, parameters. Now if you're new to MidJourney, you might be wondering, what exactly are parameters? Well, think of them as special tools that give you more control over how your images are generated. By adding parameters to your prompts, you can customize things like the size, style, or even the level of detail in your art. Even if you're working through MidJourney's web interface, understanding a few key parameters can help you take your creation to the next level. They give you the power to guide the AI and create more refined, tailored results. So in this video, I'm going to walk you through some of the most common parameters that you should know about and how they can help you make the most of your AI art experience. So let's get started. So here we are in my MidJourney, and we are going to start in our settings, which I have talked about in a previous video. One of the reasons that parameters can be important is that you might want to change image size more often than other things here. And if you know how to use the parameter for aspects ratio, which is the image size, you don't have to go in and change your settings each time. So I have mine set for square right now, but I can very easily, when I write my prompt, change that. Parameters is written at the end of your prompt. And as you can see, we are in Explore under images I have liked. And let's take a look at one of them. If I copy this prompt to my Create here, we see all the parameters comes at the end here, and they all have the same pattern. They start with dash dash, then we have the parameter name, in this case it's chaos, and after that a value. So here we have chaos, we have aspects ratio, we have style, personalize, stylize, and version. But we are going to go through them one by one. And let's take away these. And let's use the same prompt for all of them when we go through this. So let's say a blue cat with a red bow. And that's all I'm going to say for now. If I run this as is right now, I will have a square image. So let's look at that. And while that is creating, let's put the text in here again. Here we have a blue cat with a red bow in 4 variations. The first parameter we are looking at is dash dash AR. Or you could also write dash dash aspect. Either one works. I prefer the shorter versions. Then we do a space. And in this case, I want it to be 16, which is the width. The first number is the width, by 9, which is the height. This is not in size in pixels or anything. This is more a relationship between width and height. So let's see, 3 by 2. That's the relationship we want this to be. We can also do this in aspects ratio dash dash AR 2 by 3. Now we will get a taller image than wide. So let's look at these 3. That was the first one, which used my settings that I have up here, where I have it set to square as the default, but I could easily go in and change that to AR3 here. And then we got a wide but not as high image. And then we got the portrait mode by adding AR2x3. This has shown us images in very different styles all the way. So next one is we can go in, and style is either standard, which it uses by itself. And if you hold over here, you can see the parameter up in the top right corner of this pop-up. It's -- style, and raw mode is the alternative to standard. Replace the default aesthetics of some MidJourney model versions. Using it can help you create a more photorealistic image, cinematic scenes, and cuter character. So let's try the same text again, a blue cat with a red bow. Let's keep it as a square from now, so I don't have to set an aspect ratio, but we want to write -- style and then empty space, and in this case write raw, because those are the two alternatives we have. We have style standard or we have style raw. And instead of changing it in my settings, I just use the parameter -- style. And as you see, it went back to my default setting by square image aspect ratio 1:1. And here we get the cuter style of blue cat. The next parameter we're gonna look at is Stylize. Stylize is, if we go in here again, stylization. The standard is 100, that's the default. And Stylize has the parameter -- stylize, and it influences how strong the MidJourney aesthetics is applied. Low stylized values produce images that closely match the prompt but are less artistic. So if you set stylized to 0, there will be really no stylistic influence. The higher you go, the more influence from stylize you get on your images. So let's go back to our original images here. Here, the stylize is 100, the default. But if we now use the same prompt, a blue cat with a red bow, and write -- stylize space and then a 0, which is the lowest stylize. Stylize values go from 0 to 1,000. So 100 was the default and 300 this time. And do one more where we increase this stylized value to 900 to really see how it affects. So here we have stylize 0, a blue cat with a red ribbon, stylize 300, and stylize 900. Another value we can change here is weirdness. And if you go in to your settings, you see -- weird introduces some quirky qualities to your generated image in unique and unexpected ways. And the weird factor goes from 0 up to 3,000. So we are going to try a couple of those. We use the text. At the end, we add the parameter following the same format, -- weird, and up to 3,000. So let's start by 1,000. Do the same, -- weird, space, and 2,000. And the final one, we're gonna do -- weird, space, and 3,000. That's the maximum of weirdness. So here we had 1,000, we have 2,000, and we have 3,000. The last one from our settings that we easily can change is the variety or the chaos. The parameter name for this is --chaos. And here it influences how varied the images are from each other. The 4 images, how much variation between the 4. And you see, I have my standard set to 30. It goes up to 100. Let's see what happens if we add different chaos to this. I will start by setting chaos to 0 because 30 was my default. So --chaos space 0. And then we're going to do one where we go all the way up to 100. --chaos space 100. Now we should get a more varied set of images. These are all for a cat staring straight into the camera. It's a little different styles, but the pose is very similar between the 4 images, more similar than the one we started with, which was this one. This was with chaos 30, and here we had chaos 0, which gave us 4 different images with very similar composition. When we turned the chaos up to 100, we got 4 very different images. And that wraps up today's video. I hope this dive into MidJourney's parameters has given you a better understanding of how to take control of your AI art, even when you're working on the web. Remember, mastering these parameters can really elevate your creativity and give you more personalized results. Before you go, make sure to hit that like button if you found this video helpful. And don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already, so you don't miss out on any future videos. Speaking of which, in my next video, we'll be exploring something really fun. How to prompt for specific camera angles in MidJourney. This is a great way to add a new layer of professionalism and cinematic flair to your AI-generated images. So make sure to stay tuned for that. As always, if you have any questions or suggestions, drop them in the comments down below. I love hearing from you. Thanks again for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye!